Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to G-Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And sorry, but no rent today. Today I'm busy out here with high winds, really kicking up, and you can see the clouds all the way around. The storm is moving in. It looks like they were already getting part of it right there. And yeah, windy, 28 miles per hour, just crazy. Totally crazy. But anyway, I wanted to show you that. So today I did some work in the shop because it was calm in there. But I had a question about using rainwater for cabin water and being afraid of chemicals from the geoengineer sprayings and stuff like that. So I'm getting attacked by dogs over here and getting leg lickings. Anyway, they've already eaten and they've already had their chew treats, so they shouldn't be bothering me right now. But anyway, talking about rainwater. Okay, so I got rainwater in here, and as you can see, it doesn't look like it's very clean water. So what do I do if I want to put some of this and some of that up there in my main water tank and use it in the cabin? Well, everything that goes into that main tank goes through 3 filters. This is one of them right here. So let me show you this little setup here. So I got this a whole house filter set up here, and I got a hose connection on one end and I got a hose connection on the other. So I could connect this onto that valve down there and turn it on, and then I'll have water flow. But that'll only be gravity, and since my main tank is uphill, it won't work. So what do I do in that case? Well, let's go over this way and I'll show you. No wind. Cool. I got my wind resistant mic on so that you guys can hear what's going on. All right. Put up the snake gate. All right, so I use this pump. I use this pump right here. This is a diaphragm pump. Now what I do is I connect that onto that valve that I just showed you, and then I connect the filter on this side. Okay, so now it draws the water out of that tote, pressurizes it through the filter, and then it goes up that hose to my main tank, and I pump it into the main tank area. Most of the time I'll pump it into the blue barrels on the outside area of the main tank, and that's all backup water. But when those get full, then I pump it into the main tank if I have enough water for it. So dogs are trying to photobomb me again. All right, so what's in that filter I showed you? Well, I'll use 2 different filters. This one is a 10 micron carbon block filter. Okay, it says here, flushing instructions, rinse for 10 minutes, or no less than 10 bed volumes of water. What that means is once you start pumping water through the filter, you want to let the first 10 minutes of water go someplace else, because you're going to end up having carbon debris as it activates the carbon filter. So what I do at that point is I just use a short hose and I pump it out of one of the totes back into the other tote, and that gets the carbon out of the filter and the water. Then once it's running clear after about 10 minutes, then I can switch it back up to just going up to the main tank, because now my filter is activated and filtering properly. And the carbon that went into the main tank will come back through this filter and get trapped, just like any other sediment or debris that's in there. Okay, but again, this is 10 micron filter. So this would be the initial to get most of the junk out of the water and that stuff. Once that's done, then you use this one. This is a carbon block filter cartridge, but this one is 5 micron. So the smaller the micron, the the more it'll take out of the system, out of the water. The more it'll clean the water. So this one also will take out chemicals and stuff like that, and also it has minimal release of carbon fines. So this one doesn't put up release as many carbon fines as this one does. So, oh, somebody got hurt. Anyway, those are 2 of the filters I use. Now, if the water is really, really dirty, this is the filter box here. I'll use one of these. Okay, this is just a sediment filter, see? And this one will not filter out chemicals or chlorine or anything like that. But this one will take out sediment. All right? And then, let's see. Then there's this type of filter. And this is also sediment. And this one will take out large sediment pieces. So I have those all for different filters, because the one filter I just showed you, that where I take the water out of the totes and pump it up to the main tank, is only the beginning. That's once it goes up to that main tank, in order for it to come out of the main tank, I don't know if I want to go up there with the winds blowing like this. Let's see, I can probably get it right over here and explain it. All right, you see I got my hose already set up over there going up the staircase. But inside of that, that door under the staircase is where the main shutoff to the tank is, and that stuff. And there's 2 different filters in there. There's one of these that I just showed you, the carbon block filter, that takes the water that's in the blue barrels before it puts it out into my main water that goes down to the cabin. So if there's anything that's building up in there, any algae or anything like that, and if I put chlorine tablets in there to make sure I clean the water and kill any bacteria, it'll take all of that out before it actually comes down to the water pump. Okay, so coming off the big main tank, I have a large 2-inch jacuzzi type filter there, and it's a washable filter, and that's sediment only. That cleans all the sediment that might get sand and dust and that stuff that might get inside the big tank. It'll clean that out before it sends it down towards my cabin. Now, on the way down towards the cabin, I gotta go back here. It's so dark and scary. This is where I have my shallow well pump. So the water is gravity feed down to this point. Okay, but this pump is a pressure pump, and it's only got that little 2.5 gallon tank on it. And I want to upgrade this. I'll use the same motor, but I'm going to upgrade the pump, the tank, to a larger, like 20 gallon tank. That means that the pump will run, it'll fill that pressure tank up, and then the pressure tank will feed the water first when I turn a faucet on, and the pump won't just keep running and cycling. So it'll use pressurized water out of the storage tank out of the pressure tank for a longer period, and then that means the pump will run less. And that's helps save the pump over the long run. So it's pretty easy because same connection, same type of hose connection. If I have to extend it, I can extend it with a brass pipe, a 1-inch brass pipe, and use another no burst line like that going to the main tank. When I do put that big tank in, it'll probably go right here where this green container is, and this shelving unit will move out of here. And I may put a T at the bottom and just put one line going into that pressure tank and the other one going into the other pressure tank, so both of those pressure tanks are still in use, and that'll be a more efficient unit for me. Okay, so once it goes out of here, it goes down to the cabin, and then under the sink where the main water comes in, I have another 1 micron, yeah, it's a 1 micron carbon block filter under the sink, so the water that's coming into the cabin is cleaned one more time. Make sure there's no chemicals, no chlorine, no sediment, no junk at all in that. And that one actually has a little sensor light on it that when the light flashes, that means it's time to change the filter. So that's how I have my water set up, everybody. If I thought you might be interested in that. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. You know that area down there that says comments. Leave a comment. Leave a comment. Hey guys, they eat their food and they get so much energy they want to wrestle all the time. Hey, hey, hey. Knock it off. Well, hi, doggy daddy. Hi, DOG. Little girl and Susie Q weren't here for supper. I called out to them a couple of times and they still didn't come, so I don't know where they are. But remember the other day I showed you they walked down the road that way? So they may have someplace else they go where they are getting some other treats and stuff like that. All right, Blackie. Hey. Wolfie, Blackie, stop it. You guys stop it. You get too much energy. All right, so that's it, everybody. Got the storm coming. The weather report says it's supposed to hit here about 7 p.m. It's just about 4:30 p.m. right now. So we'll see how accurate they were with that. Turbine's kicking out some electricity and humming. Yeah, there's definitely a pretty good wind blowing here. And I can feel the moisture in the air, and it's getting a little chilly. Anyway, one last thing before I close off, the surprise at the end. Here are little girl's pups. Right there, they're all huddled together. Cute little things. Sorry. He was chewing on my microphone wire, and I'm trying to break him of the habit of chewing on everything he sees that's long like a wire, because snake season is here, and I don't want him thinking that he sees a snake moving and it's a toy and going over and biting onto it. So all the dogs are getting their training on that stuff. All right, everybody, thanks for joining me. G Bear signing off.